Hello everyone, welcome back to another Frag Pro Shooter video. My name is Flag and today we're going to be going over my RON1N 20-win challenge. This challenge is the same as other random draft challenges, but there's a difference. This challenge starts in frenzy mode. That means the games start from overtime. You get double the points for killing each character, double the damage for shooting opponents' bunkers, and on top of everything, cards respawn much faster. This makes a huge difference. 1. You gotta protect your troops from dying. 2. You gotta get as many frags as possible to get points. And 3. Here's the first tip. Try to get to the opponent's bunkers as soon as possible. If you try to defend too much and the enemy manages to get a big damage dealer to your bunkers 2 or 3 times, the game's gonna be over. So let's hop into the matches. First of all, you gotta know that you have RON1N in your deck every other game. If you have RON1N in your deck, do play as him. I lost 2 matches in the beginning of the challenge, the first because of the lags in the server due to many people playing, and the second because I had RON1N in my deck and also my opponent had it in their deck, but I didn't play as my RON1N and I lost that match. Now, if you don't have RON1N in your deck, you need to eliminate your opponent's RON1N if they have it as soon as possible. So here in the first match you see that I'm playing as my Valkyria. The reason for that is that I want to use my Valkyria's super on the opponent's RON1N to eliminate them. So you can see it over here, but unfortunately I can get it locked onto their RON1N and I die. You can see here that I pick my Dan, and that's because I want to deal damage to my opponent's bunker. That is really important. If you don't have RON1N and your opponent does have RON1N in their deck, you need to get to the enemy bunkers however you can to deal some damage. If you want to go on defense and wait for the opponent's RON1N, you're gonna lose the match. Here, as you can see, I pick my bubbler because I see that my bubbler is on low health and I want to get some health packages in order to save my bubbler from dying. That's important because, as I said in the beginning of this video, I don't want to lose points by losing my troops. Unfortunately, my bubbler dies here and I switch to my Dan. Again, the reason is that I know that since I don't have RON1N in my deck, if I waste time, if I go on defense, I'm not gonna win this match. So I pick my Dan, my best attack unit over here, and I try to get to the opponent's bunkers. I am able to get some damage onto the opponent's bunker here, but unfortunately my opponent's Mimi blocks me over here and I get trapped with RON1N. So here I tried dealing some damage to RON1N, but he's just too powerful. So again, I switch to my bubbler because I don't want him to die. I get one health package over there and another over here. My opponent is actually making a mistake playing Shinobi instead of RON1N. They probably still haven't realized how strong RON1N is. Honestly, in the first few matches, even when I had RON1N, I tried to support my RON1N with a support card. Again, here I pick my Dan over here, I try to pick up that health package. Of course, it's not needed here. I use my ability, my regeneration ability. And since I realized the difference in the game is not so much, I run to the opponent's bunker to deal some more damage. I was a little bit lucky to be able to get away from there, but I made it. So here my Dan deals massive damage to the opponent's bunker and I run to the other one to finish the game. That game got real close, and if my opponent had been playing their RON1N, they would have won that game. I managed to win my next match and I unlock RON1N at 12 wins. Going to the next match, me and my opponent both have RON1N. I also have Andromeda and Lollipop, which is really good for me. So first of all, I command my troops to get to the opponent's towers, but at the same time I see that my opponent is coming in with 2 or 3 forces. Again, my opponent is making a mistake not playing their RON1N. Fortunately, I take advantage of this. I kill their RON1N, their avalanche, and also using my super and putting in some slices, I am able to finish off this Laika. I pick up this health pack and tell my troop to get to the other bunker. It's essential to keep your RON1N alive. That's why again I pick up another health pack to keep my RON1N. Here I use my ability to dash forward and finish off this bot mama. My opponent doesn't have many troops around, so I start going at their bunkers. Here I finish off the bunker, dash forward, and here I make a mistake not to heal up. And instead of healing up, I try to go one-on-one against my opponent's RON1N. Hopefully I still have my Andromeda and I can finish off their tower here. In random deck challenges, it's important to know your cards and which ones are the best that you can play with. You see, I try to keep my opponent on their toes, I keep on going forward, I keep on trying to deal damage to the bunker, keep on pushing on them so they don't have enough time to get to my bunkers. At the end, my Andromeda finishes off the game. In my 14th win, I didn't have Ronin, but my opponent did. So probably the best card that I have here is Hades, who might be able to control Ronin, and that's because her regular attack has a pushback effect. I tried to snipe 1 or 2 shots onto my opponent's troops over there, but I'm not so successful. I see my opponent's Ronin coming my way, so I use my super on them. Here I make a mistake and I jump on my opponent's Ronin, and he just slices through me. Now to be fair, I wasn't aware that Ronin's ability is this strong. Here I try to keep my OK alive by installing his station, his healing station that is. But unfortunately that's not so successful here. Now I pick General Mech because he deals good damage, and here I kill this Hunter. I see the Ronin running towards me, pun intended, so I try to kill him off as soon as possible. Unfortunately I miss a few shots and Ronin is able to get 2 slices onto my tower. I heal up here, and knowing that I'm behind in points, I try to get to my opponent's bunkers. Again, you have to get yourself to the opponent's bunkers, especially in the games that your opponent has Ronin and you don't. You have to get to their bunkers as soon as possible, however you can. At this point in this game, I was really worried that I might not be able to win this game and finish the challenge on the first try. I finally switched to Virus. You see, when things are not working out for you in a match, do not repeat the same things that you've been doing. Try something different. So I pick up my Virus and try to stop my enemy's troops from getting onto my towers. I see that I only have 370 points and my opponent has 790, so at this point I have to go all attack. I also deal some more damage to the opponent's Frankenstein and try to kill him off, but it doesn't work that way. You see here, I realize that my push has not been as successful as I wanted, so I try to get myself and my troops to the other bunker. Here I get some good shots onto my opponent's bunker here. You see I'm dealing good damage with my Virus here. Seeing on the map that my troops are busy with the other tower where my opponent is, I try to support them as much as I can by trying to kill my opponent's troops. There I get the Frankenstein, and also the Bubbler follows afterwards. I realize if I finish my opponent's stand, the game's gonna end. So I run towards him, unfortunately I miss and my opponent kills me, and I know that my Hades is here and is taking damage, so I switch to her. But fortunately for me, my Hades is able to finish off the game. I wasn't sure in that game if I'm gonna win that game. In my 15th win, I got lucky with the draft and I got the Boss, Ronin and Crystal all in the same deck. Arguably the best 3 cards in the game right now. On the other hand, my opponent had Soldatron, Andromeda and Blot, 3 of the top 10 cards in the game. Knowing how robust my deck is, I command my troops to attack my opponent's right tower. I pick Ronin and I dash forward. As you can see, he's really fast. He's as fast as Striker. In fact, Ronin and Striker are the fastest units in the game. Their normal speed is 15.5 km per hour. But Striker's speed while shooting is 11.6 km per hour, whereas Ronin's is 13.6 km per hour. Combine that with Ronin's range, which is 6 meters, compared to Lucha's 3.2 meters, and his 40 meter dash ability, and in my opinion, you get the best card in the game right now. Certainly, he's even better than the boss. Here as you can see, I switch back to the boss, just to make sure everything is alright on defense. And I change back to Crystal to finish the bunker. I use her ability to land on top of the tower and get to my opponent's top bunker as soon as possible. In my opinion, after Ronin and the boss, Crystal is the 3rd best card in the game. I see my opponent coming for me as their Blot, so I run away to a place without ceiling so I can super away. And just as I wanted, my opponent follows me and I land on both Blot and Shinobi. I finish off Blot and go around the back to finish off the game by finishing the bunker. In my 17th win, I went against an opponent who was really laggy. But I put this game into this video for a reason. I'm gonna give you some tips on how to deal with the opponents who are laggy. Here I pick my run-in and go after my enemy's troops, but since I realize that my opponent is lagging, I go to the bunker instead. I try to deal damage to the bunker, but of course it doesn't register yet. As you see on top right, my opponent's Mimi killed me, but we didn't even see where she is. That's because they're lagging. Against laggy opponents, move as much as possible. You might not see it, but when they are lagging, they are shooting you, and although you can see what's happening, their shots will register when their connection reconnects. That's why you see that one of your troops with full health suddenly dies. Same as what just happened with my run-in. You can see here that they are basically teleporting from one point to the other. Finally, my opponent playing as R0N1N dies. There, I didn't even waste time to fight with my opponent. Instead, I super away, I use my ability and try to get to the opponent's bunker. But somehow with their lagging they managed to kill me again. So I switch to my run-in again and I try to move as much as possible. You can see that here. I pick up the health package here, I keep on moving and manage to get to my opponent's tower. But again, my opponent's bad connection kills me. I know that I gotta keep on moving. I keep my Nautica and try to get to my opponent's bunker. But unfortunately again they are lagging and the damage doesn't register. Realizing this, I keep on moving. I don't just stand in a place, I keep on moving and try to make myself harder to shoot. And the damage doesn't register. Quite fortunately for me, I do have R0N1N too, and as you can see, I finish off the first bunker, I run away to the second one, I dash forward, I use my ability as I said, to deal damage to the other bunker. Also, his 6-meter range allows you to get to the bunker even from outside the tower next to that step. Since his ability can be used again in 9 seconds, you don't have to worry about getting an opponent. At this point, I realize the difference in score is low, so instead of risking it and wasting time to get to the top of the tower, I just finish off enemy troops to end the game sooner without any risk. In my 19th win match, I had played enough R0N1N to know what to do with him. In this match, you'll see how strong he can be if you play him well. And I'm not that great of a player either. Playing as my R0N1N, I dash forward and I try to get my opponent's volcano here. It just takes 4 attacks to kill him. I go on to deal damage to the enemy's bunker, and realizing my opponent's troops are coming for me, I turn away, use my ability on them and super through them. You can see that I keep on moving around. I got really lucky here, I only have 1 HP here, I just realized that. I went on to pick up 2 health packages to keep R0N1N alive because I know that he's really strong. I dash towards my enemy playing as Queen B. I kill them, I go back to the bunker, deal as much damage as I can. You can see with each attack he deals around 30 damage to the bunker. I strike through my opponents and go down to pick up the big health package. Again, I use the ability to dash through my enemy's R0N1N. I manage to get myself to the bunker, finish off the bunker. Another thing you have to know about R0N1N, if you kill an enemy troop with him, his ability cooldown resets. That potentially means you can use his ability back to back if you get kills with each one. For a wild card, his HP is massive. He has the same HP as Rolaf, Genghis and Big Tackle. If you've watched my Dr. Crow mechanics video, you'd know that Dr. Crow has the highest minimum damage per second. R0N1N dwarfs that number with a minimum damage per second of 90. For my 20th win, I was lucky enough not to face an opponent who has R0N1N. And I had Ollie and Rip and Finn, which are really good right now. So there you go guys, those were some tips that I could give you to help you win the 20 win challenge. If my tips helped you get to 12 at least or 20 wins, please let me know down below by commenting it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and hit the like button. Also, if you haven't already, check out my Dr. Crow mechanics and tips video. And let me know if you want me to make a similar video for R0N1N. Making mechanics and how to master videos takes a really long time and effort from me. So please let me know. Lastly, if you want 20 free diamonds, check out Frag's official YouTube channel links below to get the gift code at the start of the video. Stay safe everyone until the next video.